So today I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup. I typically like to start off with putting a moisturizer on before I do anything. So some of my favorite moisturizers are this Tula one. It's just the Tula 24/7 moisturizer. Or another really good option I like is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. That one's really good as well. I really like to use a moisturizer before a primer or anything at all because it is a base step for a routine and it's prepping your skin. Helps kind of not necessarily clog your pores but help protect them from makeup, which could clog your pores. So the next thing I like to do is a primer. So the one I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Prime and Plump Primer. I really like this one. I feel like it really shrinks your pores and it just makes your foundation lay smoother overall. But another really good one that I like is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. Alrighty, after your primer is set, I like to let it dry for a second, just kind of sink in and start filling the pores a little bit, shrinking the pores, whatever your primer is designed to do, for it to go ahead and start getting those active ingredients working. Right, next is foundation, and I love all the types of foundations. I like stick foundations, liquid foundations, powder foundations, all of them. So I brought a couple of my favorites to show you. So the one that I'm going to be using today is the Fenty Beauty Hydration Foundation. This has actually been on sale at Sephora for a while and it's very, very good. One of my favorite foundation bombs, which is kind of new, is the Good Apple Foundation by KVD Cosmetics. This one is really good for full coverage looks. If you're having a really bad skin day or your skin's really red or discolored, I really like to go in with this one. It evens everything out and it gives a really nice finish and it looks good for the duration of your day. I also have oily skin, so I sometimes grab powder foundations. So my favorite powder foundation at the moment is the Tarte one. It's just the Tarte, it's the Shape Tape pressed powder foundation. It comes with the little sponge applicator and I do use it sometimes. I do like to use it if I'm in a rush and I feel like it picks up decent product and it layers it evenly. Like I said, today I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Hydration Foundation. I do like to go in with a beauty blender. This is just the Real Techniques beauty blender. Alright, so my foundation is blended in and I use the Real Techniques sponge. So I am going to go ahead and go in with a setting powder just to kind of block in the foundation from moving around or rubbing off on clothes or hair or anything like that throughout the day. I really like the Bare Minerals Original Loose Powder, but today I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Hourglass Loose Finishing Powder. This is really nice as well and it gives kind of an airbrush effect. Alright, now that your foundation is set with your loose setting powder, it is time to add some dimension back to your face. So I like to go in with a bronzer or a contour. I pretty much use them interchangeably. A bronzer is just a little bit warmer than a contour, but if you get a certain contour shade that matches you for bronzer or vice versa, you can kind of use them interchangeably. So today I'm going to go in with the NARS bronzer in this shade Laguna. Alright, now that the bronzer is on, I'm going to go ahead and move on to highlight. I love highlight, it's one of my favorites. Today I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty highlight in the shade Trophy Wife, which is a very golden color, and this is more of a glitter highlighter than a metallic one. Alright, so I went in and put a little bit on the cheekbones as well as on the tip of my nose with, again, the shade Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty. So up next, I like to move on to the eyebrows. I don't do my eyebrows every time I do my makeup, but when I do them, I like to use the product Precisely My Brow by Benefit. It is a little pen. It's like an eyeliner type thing on one side with a spoolie on the other. Once I fill them in to my liking, I go through and spoolie them out one more time. And then I like to go in with an eyebrow gel such as the Benefit Gimme Brow or just a random eyebrow gel like from Anastasia or any other brand, just a clear eyebrow gel to go through and get the hairs in place. And after eyebrows, I'm going to move on to the eyes. Moving on to the eyes, I like to go in with a eye primer. So today I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty matte eye primer in the shade Nude. The job of an eye primer is to smooth out your eyes and give the eyeshadow a nice tacky base to stick to in order to make the pigment as pigmented as possible. Today I'm going to be going for a brown gold neutral daily wear eyeshadow look. So I'm going to be using a Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, the Star Ranch palette, and I'm going to go in with this taupe color as a kind of transition slash base color along the crease of my eyelids. Now that the lightest brown is only on the crease of my eyelids, I'm going to go ahead and move on to a little bit of a darker brown, this darker brown right here in the middle, and just go ahead and layer that on top of that right here on the outer corner. Now that I have that darker corner on the outermost of my eye, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring that under my eye as well. Alright, now that that dark brown eyeshadow is on the outer corners and under my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this this yellow golden shimmer metallic, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner right here. Alrighty, I went in with that gold and took it from the inner crease all the way to the center and took a clean fluffy brush that had no pigment on it, and I blended the two together. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with some bottom eyeliner just to darken the bottoms to make it look a little bit more evened out. So we're going to go ahead and put this black eyeliner only on the outer end of the eyelid to about halfway point to about where the gold is there. Alright, so I went ahead and took that eyeliner and brought it from the outer end to roughly where the gold meets the brown. And that is pretty much it for the eyes. So next I'm going to go ahead and go in with a black mascara. And one of my favorites that I've been loving recently is the Benefit ones. So I've been using the Benefit, their Real Magnetic Mascara, and I have been getting a lot of compliments on that one. So this is just a mini one that I got in a kit. Alright, so this is what my eyes look like with the mascara on. The next step is lips. So I like to go in with a nude or a brown. So this is a MAC Bold lipstick in the shade Taupe. One of the great things about MAC lipsticks is that they are tapered like this, so you can use this to fill in the lips, and you can use the pointed side to define or kind of use it as a lip liner to overdraw the bottom lip a little bit. So this is pretty much the look completed. So the last step is pretty optional. It's just a setting spray. If you plan on wearing this for work or for a night out, you don't necessarily need it, but if you're planning on wearing it throughout the day, I would go ahead and spray this on. So my favorite one is the Urban Decay All Nighter. They have this in a variety of formulas. They have a original, they have it in a matte, they have it in a vitamin C. They have a couple different options for you. So I like to go ahead and just spray this all over to set in the look, but not only does it set in the look, it also kind of helps to blend the powders together. Like if you do, I didn't use blush today because I don't really love blush on my skin. I feel like when I do a bronzer and a highlight, it kind of just gives me enough definition. But if I ever wear a blush too, I always use a setting spray to just melt everything together and get a cohesive appearance. Alrighty, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed watching what I use, and I hope maybe some of the products I use inspired you to try them out, or a similar product if not the exact one. Thanks for watching.